Hi guys, good morning. I'm here to share my story. I have become a COVID survivor now. Uh, the idea of sharing this story is that people should be aware of it so that they can avoid a panic situation when they get infected with this corona disease. Normally, this news of COVID creates a panic because we keep on hearing the terrible news coming from all across the world about how the corona is behaving and how it is affecting most of the population across the world. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's nothing to panic. Corona can be conquered, and I have done it. Well, it took me around 14 days to get over this disease. I was the one who brought it to my house. For 4 months, we have been extra careful. Maybe one instance where I must have lowered down my guard and got infected. Well, I want to share here how do you feel about it when you get infected, and what are the symptoms, and what are the measures you can take to get over this quickly. Well, at the start, corona is behaving differently with different person. How the immune system of a person respond, it all depends upon that. Even in one family, when corona is infecting, say about 2 or 3 people, the response by individual will be different than the other individual. In my case, I started with a bit of sneeze, a running nose for a day or two, but later on I had no other symptoms except the fever. Well, the people say this fever doesn't go more than 100.4 in most of the cases, as you must have seen in all the other videos by various doctors and medical professionals. But what I feel is, in my case, it went up to 102 also. Initially, it starts climbing up from 99, 99.5 in that range. And once you take a paracetamol, here I would like to say, if you are using paracetamol, you have to use 650 mg, not less than that. It can be paracetamol, crocin, or dolo, or whatever kind of the fever control medicines. It has to be 650, and it's safe to have 650 crocin maybe 3 to 4 times a day on 6 hourly basis. But what I feel here is initially when you take crocin, the fever comes down to normal and you feel, oh fine, I'm feeling okay, but it's not the case. It initially start going up to the 99 and 99.5 figure, and thereafter it slowly and steadily get to 100, 100.5 for the first 4 to 5 days, and thereafter it can go up in maybe on 25% cases it goes up to 102, and the maximum recorded so far is 103 in 25% of the cases of the total COVID infected people. Well, I kept on taking paracetamol for the first 4 5 few days. I have home quarantine myself and to my other family members. Initially, I was just on paracetamol, and I was taking a supplement of vitamin D and calcium and vitamin C. Vitamin C is very important. You need to take at least 1000 mg a day, maybe 500 in the morning and 500 in the evening, or maybe you can take together. Apart from them, zinc is very important. I think 1 tablet of zinc, and maybe a good multivitamin, which is normally available over the counter. And the most important part, which I learned during this fight, is you need to have an oximeter. So it gives you a lot of confidence because you keep monitoring at least 3 to 4 times a day, and normally it should range. If you're infected, for a normal case, it ranges from 93 to 95. Well, it depends upon how severely your lungs are infected. And because that's the main concern in this fight against COVID, you got to be very, very careful about your oxygen level, and if you feel any kind of discomfort about breathing, keep doing deep breathing as and when you can take. I know it's easier said than done because it takes a lot of effort once you are infected. Even doing a deep breathing is not easy. But what I felt the whole along is like, if you have a positive attitude and you think no, it's a normal kind of flu and you can fight it out, I think that is the key to the winning the battle against COVID. And thereafter, I did a video consultancy. I think these days there's no need to go to the hospitals. Doctors are more than willing to do a video consulting. It's for their safety also, as well as the safety of the person who is infected. So what I feel is like, you can do a video consultancy with the doctor, like I did in my case. And she, apart from paracetamol, and I have taken antibiotic for respiratory problems. So I did a 5-day course, and thereafter, when I consulted the doctor, she prescribed me with the one antibiotic called Doxy, which is 5 days course, and it's like 100 mg in the morning and 100 mg in the evening. It was for 5 days, and along with, there is a very good medicine which these days has become a protocol for most of the hospitals in India, or maybe especially in Delhi and NCR. That is called ivermectin. Now, ivermectin is a 12 mg single dose tablet, which normally is a very old one, and normally used to kill the parasites in your body. But even as per the WHO study, it is helping a lot. So I think when you consult your doctor, you must talk about this. Ivermectin is really become a norm, a protocol for most of the hospitals for the home quarantine patients. Well, apart from that, after 3-4 days, even my wife, she got infected, and she had this stuffy nose and a bit of running nose with headache for at least 5 to 7 days. And she had a very low grade fever which never went up over 100, and normally her fever used to come down to 98.5 also. But she was running through this low grade. The fever never went like 100 plus, like in my case, and the virus was behaving very differently in her body. Uh, but she used to feel the one day, oh, I'm 98.5, so I'm all okay now. But the next day again, in the evening, the fever goes up to 99 and all. So she also repeated the same medicine which I was advised by the doctor, because that is a normal journal medicines anybody can take. It's a standard protocol these days. Having said all that, I feel your body reacts a little differently, because you keep on having so much of kerosene and antibiotics. You feel little strange kind of condition in your stomach. But anyway, that's normal with every fever. The only thing is that this fever gives you a lot of weakness. So you got to take your supplements regularly: vitamin D, vitamin C, calcium, and apart from a good diet. I think the good diet is very, very important, because this fever leaves you really weak, and I think it will take, for me it's already past 18 days, but I have no fever for the last 4 or 5 days. But what I feel is uh, the recovery takes time, and I also believe, like, if you go for a COVID negative test after 18 days or 17 days as per the standard protocol, sometimes it again comes positive, because the dead cell of the virus still remains in your body for a few days. It's better to get yourself tested for COVID negative. I think maybe after a lapse of 25 days in total, or maybe a month. It doesn't matter. But once you are over, you know it, it's over. So my idea of this sharing this my story is not to give you any kind of medical advice, but the normal opinion is COVID can be conquered if you fight it with positivity, and there's nothing to fear. Treat it as a normal viral flu, and it's not a social taboo also. The only thing is that you have to be very disciplined, quarantine yourself in your room, quarantine your family, try to avoid physical contact, keep your utensils and your clothes and everything separately, have a place with attached bath, keep checking your oxygen level, SpO2, and that's it, and you will come over it. You will overcome the disease, and you will be also like a COVID survivor like me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day.